Yo, what up? It's Rage, and we are back with another Tao Oracle reading for the month of December. Let's get to it. Let's see what the Tao has for December. And if you are new, the card on the left represents the yin energy, which is the female internal subconscious energy. The second card represents the yang energy, which represents the masculine, male, external, conscious energy. And then the third card represents the changes and what to do to bring these two cards into balance. And then we go through the changes with flipping the pennies to see if there is a fourth card. And that card kind of is an extension of the changes. And finally, we look at the card at the bottom of the deck, which represents kind of the overall energy that went into the reading. So let's get started and see what the yin energy is for December. Okay, so we have before completion, and we have the fire sign above the water sign. So this card is actually in kind of balance on its own. The water, the second symbol at the bottom, represents the subconscious, and the top symbol represents the conscious. So we have kind of water represents the emotions. So we have kind of some internal emotions underneath the surface, and we have fire on top. So there's definitely something under the surface that's trying to or going to break free or break open. The fire kind of represents that there's really no stopping whatever is happening with this inner turmoil. For the card, we have uncertainty, doubt, hesitation, loss of faith, unstable conditions, be extra cautious, discord. So there's definitely some sort of kind of rumblings happening. On the photo, we have a person walking on ice that is cracking, and he's about to take another step. So there's definitely some inner turmoil, just some uneasiness, something's getting shaken up under the surface. Yeah, that's about kind of all I'm getting. We also have kind of some snow here, and it even could be an avalanche. So, there's definitely some caution and definitely something brewing under the surface. So let's see what the Yang card has to accompany the before completion. This card could also represent that maybe you're finishing a project, or there's just a lot of uncertainty about finishing. So yeah, let's just move on and see what else happens. Okay, we have the gentle, which represents two wind energies. Penetrating, a soft approach, faith, moderation, a subtle but deep influence, understanding, non-violence. So there's a wind. So again, that can represent movement, or that can kind of represent kind of just a soft approach, having faith that you're walking on the ice, that it's not going to crack. I'm also kind of getting like, in order to walk successfully on ice that is cracking, you have to be very slow and methodical and very focused in your approach. So, very strategic. I'm kind of getting that too, where like, if you got scared or you kind of dropped into fear here, and you just are like, let's just try to run across the ice. That force and that momentum is more likely to crack the ice, which would be the opposite of what you're trying to do. So yeah, I'm definitely kind of getting like a slow, methodical approach to getting through the month of December. And yeah, that's really kind of what I'm getting for the Yang, external conscious energy. And I think that kind of sums that up pretty perfectly. And the wind represents movement, so yeah, kind of a slow, almost like a turtle on the hare, like slow and steady wins the race. I'm kind of getting that vibe as well. So yeah, let's move on and see what the changes card has for us for the month of December. Abundance. Okay, so this is kind of a good sign off the jump. We have plenty, profusion, generosity, fertility, ripeness, inner riches, reaping rewards, culmination, harvest. And we have the thunderbolt underneath fire. So the thunderbolt represents kind of a very focused, direct action, and that's underneath the fire. And you know, the fire and the fire here, it's kind of like, you know, it switched positions from the conscious to the subconscious. So I'm kind of getting like, you know, once you get through the month of December, that fire energy that was on the top, that was kind of forcing all the water and all the emotions to kind of break through the ice. That'll then be harnessed by this thunderbolt, which will kind of be a direct kind of force into abundance. So that is a good sign. I'm kind of getting basically a lot kind of writing on how you react and how you tackle, you know, walking on the ice. All these dangers, all these doubts, all this uncertainty, how you react and how you combat any kind of negative thoughts or how any kind of fear-based thoughts, how you tackle them will result in abundance if done correctly or successfully. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. We'll do the changes and see if there's a fourth card. Okay, and we have no changes, so to me that kind of signals that, you know, like I said, abundance is approaching by the end of the month if you're able to tackle your inner emotions and all the uncertainty successful by keeping a slow and methodical and strategic approach to the difficulties and cautionary steps that you need to take. Okay, and that is it, and we'll move this over and look at the card at the bottom of the deck. Modesty. Okay. And the card at the bottom of the deck kind of represents the overall energy that went into the reading. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, we have modesty, moderation, humility, keep it simple, lack of pretension, self-respect, sincerity, respectability. And we have the yin energy above the mountain energy. And the mountain energy represents or is in the position of the subconscious, which kind of represents grounding energy and staying grounded and not in the clouds, kind of staying very physical and, you know, within the earth, within the 3D, within the day-to-day reality, kind of keeping your focus grounded. And you know, that might kind of relate to the water. You have these inner emotions happening, and maybe they're connected to kind of, you know, the reality of life or the reality of the situation at hand. Grounded energy. You know, not getting lost in the clouds or in the future, but the day-to-day reality right now. endurance too, kind of pushing through. And the yang or the yin energy on top kind of just signals that it's related to your emotions and subconscious and kind of feminine energy and feelings. So yeah, I'm getting a strong connection with them, with the yin energy down here. I'm also kind of getting a connection to the gentle where it's modesty, just because maybe you could run across the ice really fast and it would be very quick and easy and you would get across just fine. That even though you could potentially do that, the slow approach and methodical approach is the safest in the long run. So I'm kind of getting that too, where it's like you don't want to rush, you don't want to get cocky, or because you could, you do. It's better to be safe than sorry. So I'm kind of getting that energy as well for that. So yeah, I feel like this was pretty straightforward, and that's really all I want to have. I want to try to keep these as quick as I can. So that is it. Again, I am Riley Rage, and you can find me at Rage on the Track, rageonthetrack.com, for everything that I do related to Riley Rage. And I also will be launching some new things coming soon. So just, follow me on Instagram or on my website for future updates. So that is all. Take it easy and peace.